Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Lenny. Today we're doing something a little different from the traditional vlog. We're not actually going to go out and work on the car today, but I am going to go ahead and give you guys an update. It's long overdue. It's been about a year. I think the last update was actually August of 2019, so a lot has changed since then. A lot of you have been asking for a parts list, a mod list, so I've kind of compiled a little bit of everything together here, show you everything inside the car, outside the car, and kind of where we're going from here. I mean, lots of big changes, lots of updates, so let's just hop right into it and let's get today started. Alrighty, so I don't know exactly how to organize this, but I guess we'll just go ahead and start off with the suspension and exterior components. And so for suspension, I'm running the Godspeed low max coilovers. They're pretty solid. They have 40-way adjustable dampening, and they are a pretty smooth ride. I really enjoy them. They're way better than when I had to try to balance my bags and all of that, so it's a good plus. Of course, to complement the Godspeeds, we have to have some wheels and tires that kind of fit the profile of the car, and for that we have the Heritage Hokkaido 3-piece directional wheels. They're 18 by 10 in the front and 18 by 11 in the rear. The offset, I'm not quite sure on. The owner previous said the fronts were -2 and the rears were -6 offset, but I'm not quite sold on it. I'm not sure exactly what they are. So I'm currently running 25mm spacers just to get that perfect flush fitment. I didn't want to rebuild out any of the lips or anything on the wheels themselves, so I decided that for now spacers are going to do it, plus they have longer lugs on them. Of course, since we are running wider wheels, we're going to have to run a wide body kit. Right now I'm running a 2010 to 2014 Mustang fender flare kit. It's pretty solid. I've had some issues with fitment, but the fronts fitted pretty well, and of course, if you guys haven't seen already, we have been molding it recently, so go ahead and check those videos out. Either one of these. I'll link the first wide body kind of molding video that I did, so go ahead and go check that out as well. We're doing the rear soon. I think I'm gonna start in August. We're going on a road trip here pretty soon, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of camping and filmmaking for that, so it'll be a little bit slower on content for the next couple weeks, but then we'll get right back into it as soon as we get back in August. It's gonna be primo. We have a lot of plans. I've got some interesting stuff going on, so yeah, definitely gonna have to be molding the rears of those kits soon, and we might not even use the kit in the rear. We might actually custom fabricate some stuff for the rear flares, so watch out for that. We'll see what's up, definitely. Next up, we have the whole lip kit, the ground effects kit. It is the Honda Factory Performance lip kit. I got it off of a buddy of mine like 2 years ago. He was local to me and he saw my Accord. He had the same one. His is supercharged and it's super fast, and I kind of want to start building power now, but of course I don't really have the budget, so maybe next year. I think next year, 2021, we're definitely going to go ahead and start building power. But that is the OEM lip kit made by Honda. It fits factory except for my front lip because I'm running a 07 bumper on an 03 to 05, so the 7.5 gen is kind of a facelift version. It has a different lip kit. I cut my lip to fit because I didn't want to go buy another OEM one, and it looks pretty decent. You can't really tell because it's all black, but of course at some point we'll probably end up doing some body work to it so that it looks more flush. It looks OEM. It looks like the bumper doesn't actually have a lip on it. It'll be all one piece, so that'll be super cool. I think we'll end up doing that when we do the redo the front flares and the rears and all that stuff. So yeah, we'll check it out. I'm not quite sure yet if I want to mold that lip onto it, just because Right now it scrapes a lot, and I feel like any kind of Bondo or fiberglass would crack at some point. Coming up next, we have these beautiful headlights that Shania gave us just about this time last year, actually. They are Specty headlights. They look insanely clean, even though they have bulb issues sometimes. I've got to still fix the normal 2 bulbs, which I just haven't been running for the longest time because you know how I was with the fog lights. It took me 6 months to fix those, but at least right now I'm running just high beams. They're the same exact bulbs from the normal beams. They literally are the exact same bulbs. They're just placed in a different spot, and then you hit your high beam switch. So I don't think it's any brighter or dimmer. I don't think it's even aimed upwards anymore than the normal ones. So I've just been running them. Nobody's complained to me yet. So that's pretty good. So we'll see what's up. They still haven't burned out, which is pretty awesome. But the angel eyes on the top, one of them burnt out on the driver's side. So it's just kind of like, oh, and that was already a thing when we got the headlights. So I have another set of 5 that I could rewire in. It looks like a pain to do because they're not just like twist out and plug and play. They kind of look more involved in that, so I just haven't been touching them because I haven't wanted to take off my headlights and then fuck up all the wiring. So that's kind of why I've just not fixed it yet, but at some point if more of them burn out on that side, then I can just go ahead and fix them and they'll be brand new. That covers most of the body work. Of course, we have the brand new window guards. Those I probably got a couple months ago, and you guys saw the install. If you haven't seen that already, make sure you drop down below, grab that link, and it'll take you right over there. We also installed a new roof spoiler. That'll also be in the link down below. I really love my roof spoiler. It kind of sets it apart a little bit because it raises so much. It's kind of like those older Honda Civic, like huge roof spoilers that just go straight up and it's like all downforce. You're like, why? But it's a little shorter than that. It looks so good in my opinion. It kind of matches so when you open up the sunroof, it tilts upwards. It kind of matches that, and then also the ducktail, it just kind of goes up. It's like fins on a shark, so it's pretty cool. Speaking of ducktails, that's a custom molded 350Z ducktail onto the trunk with some Bondo, and it's pretty heavy. I might make a negative soon and make it out of carbon, so that's something I'm thinking of. And the front fenders as well, after they're like perfect, I think I'm going to pull negatives of those as well and also make those in carbon. So watch out for that if you guys are interested. And then you don't have to do any cutting on your fenders. They'll already be made. It's going to be so good. But yeah, I also want to make a custom hood, but that's later down the road. That pretty much does it for the exterior. I mean, there's nothing special going on really. It's really all just body work and custom effects there. I still have a diffuser to put on too, which we've just been kind of dragging on. I've got to figure out a time very soon to do that. So eventually we'll definitely get that on. I think it's going to make a big difference for the rear end. Even though the rear end already looks so aggressive, I think it needs just a tad more. And the front, we'll probably start working on like more canards and splitters and that kind of stuff once everything's perfect on it. Alrighty, well, let's step right on into the interior here. As you can see, we have the D&D steering wheel. I don't even know what D&D stands for, but it's D&D Performance Interior. They have this great, well, they used to have a great selection of wooden colored steering wheels, which were pretty awesome, but I guess they're all sold out or something. Now they only have like the carbon and suede ones, but even those are pretty much all sold out. I think it's because of all the COVID stuff going on. But I haven't seen like the red one, the candy red one, in such a long time, so I'm not sure if they even make it anymore, but that's fine. I got them like 3 years ago. To get that steering wheel secured onto the car, we have a NRG thin quick release. It's by far one of my favorite quick releases. I've used a lot of different ones, spline ones, the pull ones by NRG with the little mechanism that you kind of like, you have to pull it forward with the little button and all that stuff. So this quick release I've done a review on, link down below of course. All of the videos that I talk about are going to be linked down below in the description, so make sure you go check them out. They're also all part of this one playlist, so I'll link that below if I can find the link to it, and that has all of the mods that I've done to the car so far, so make sure you guys go check that out as well. Moving on from that, we also have the Energy Short Hub, and the Energy Short Hub and thin quick release combo with the steering wheel just makes it so much shorter than if you had like the big quick release. You know, this thin one's probably like maybe half or even a third of the size of the normal one, so it just makes life so much easier. You can hit your turn signals without having extenders and all that, even though the extenders do look pretty cool. I've been seeing a lot of them pop out because everybody's like, oh, I can't hit my turn signals when I'm using my quick release steering wheel and all that stuff, but I'm just like, you know, it's fine. I already have something that's thin enough where I don't have to worry about that ever, so it just makes it that much more clean. So that's pretty much like the only thing that's been in the interior for a long time besides the shift boot. I actually did this shift boot stitched myself by hand. I created everything there and then I stuffed it back in. It took a long time because I was messing up with the needles and all that stuff. I did not know what I was doing sewing this, but it looks pretty good. It's still on the car. It hasn't broken or anything, so I'm pretty proud of it. I love it. It looks good. It's got that like red and gold theme, which the entire interior has that kind of red theme going on anyway, so that's pretty sick. Of course, we've got the interior lighting, which you can't see right now because well, one side, the driver's side, is in. The other side, somebody kicked it and my light, my pinout connectors just broke, so no longer can light the passenger side, which is very unfortunate, so I'll have to get new lights there soon. I'll probably encase them better and put them in a place where people can't kick around the wires or brush against them when they're sitting. It's just kind of like there, you know, right now, so we'll see what's up with that pretty soon. So now here we have the Android DIN unit, which has been pretty interesting. It's a full 10-inch touchscreen with Android 10. It's got all the climate control like functions on the bottom there. I'm having some slight issues right now and I really need to replace it. I think there's something wrong with the cables or the unit itself. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm actually about to go plug in the old unit right after I make this video because I gotta see if my front speakers still work with the old radio, because right now with the new one the front speakers aren't working but the rears in the back are, and it's just like it's really tough to hear because those are little tweeter speakers. The main ones are up front and I just can't hear any of my music when I'm driving on the freeway and all that stuff, road noise. You guys know the deal. So that's kind of an issue, but everything else is pretty prime. I love the unit. It looks good. It functions well. It's just those little things that I need to iron out first, and I've been emailing the company. They're super nice about it. I haven't gotten back to them in a couple days, so maybe I should actually go ahead and check that. That pretty much does it for the interior. I haven't done too much to the car, as you can see. I mean, there have been a lot of things leading up to this moment. Like I've put in those old things, I've put in old coilovers, bags, taken out the bags, all this other stuff, and doing body work in all sorts of different ways. So, you know, there's different things that have gone on over the years, but there's just a lot of stuff that isn't on the car anymore that used to be on the car. So this car may have taken me a while to build, but that's just due to the amount of setups I've been through. So it's just kind of like picking these parts and getting rid of other parts and all that. So that's kind of where it's sitting right now. But yeah, that has been the July 2020 update of the Widebody Accord for you guys. It is a custom one of one car currently, and it's about to get even crazier, and it's going to be hopefully the only one in the world that looks like this. But you know how people are, they be ripping off my style, so I see a lot of people getting some inspiration, and I am so glad you guys are building your Accords. I mean, that's kind of the dream, right? Like, I took a platform that nobody really builds that much, and I turned it into something that I wanted to drive every single day. And people kept telling me, oh, get rid of your car, get rid of your car. But you know what? I think it's here to stay, for sure. I mean, it's definitely grown a lot, it's changed a lot, and it has definitely been a journey building it. and I will continue to enjoy building it, hopefully. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already so you don't miss out on the next video I drop. And I've got a lot of new projects in mind, so make sure you go ahead and sub, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.